Luciana Berger.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and it's a real pleasure to speak in this debate this evening. And also, it's so heartening, I think, to see so many colleagues from all sides of the House that have waited until 11 o'clock at night to participate in this very important and historic conversations, because there is a historical perspective on this. Colleagues may or may not be aware that it was until 1868, according to Erskine and May, that members had the opportunity to have a proxy vote in the House of Lords, and also had proxies in our medieval Parliament. So, in fact, we're actually only reinstating an old-age tradition. But if I bring us back to the present day, it's just a few weeks to go before the arrival of my second child, and while it was a colleague who in jest said that I was here sat in self-interest, let me be very clear that this can't come quick enough, first and foremost for my constituents, but also for what we can and should be doing on behalf of the country. And I would just say that I would share with the House that if this wasn't to pass tonight, I would continue to do what I did last time. So when I had my first child, I did come back to this House when we had some urgent votes. I came here with a baby that was under 3 months old, 4 months old. Colleagues might recall that I was sat in the lobbies, voting lobbies behind us, breastfeeding my baby. I did so also until 11 o'clock one evening in the tea room. That's not the best environment for a newborn. I would do it again if I had to. But first and foremost, at this critical juncture for our country, it's really important for all members on all sides of the House that we don't have to choose and only be here for certain votes. And in particular, I just echo some of the points that other colleagues have made about the example that we set. We legislate in this House for maternity rights and paternity rights, and in 2019 we should be leading by example. And the fact that we have to rely on an informal system of pairing at the moment which relies on the whips is just not acceptable. And I just also echo the very important point made by my honourable friend, the member for Wolverhampton North East, because I did an interview on television earlier, and I won't embarrass the presenter who made this just about mums. And let's be very clear, it's not just about mothers, it's also about dads too. And I would hope that after this year-long trial that we do progress and make even more strides to make this more than just the 2-week paternity leave, which is very, very important, but in addition that shared parental leave, which we have sought to secure in this House, but we should also be leading by example and having it also here too. I just conclude by saying, Mr. Speaker, that I would also like to put on record my thanks to all the various individuals, to the leader of the House, the shadow leader of the House, to your good self, to the Procedure Committee. Forgive me for being a little impatient that it's taken this long for us to get here, and there's been some various steps on the way that have perhaps urged it along. But we shouldn't have to choose between our responsibilities as a Member of Parliament and our responsibilities as a parent. The two really can go hand in hand. And if we're serious about ensuring that this place is a place that welcomes all people of all ages and all backgrounds to consider putting themselves forward for public office, and particularly to address the gender imbalance that we still see, then this move in particular can make a really big difference, and I hope that the House will support it tonight.